God, the most merciful and the most compassionate in the book that Zlemi Khalil has recently wrote, which is so amazing. Its name is called Revenue from Washington DC to Kabul, or from Kabul to Washington DC. In this book, it talks about all its experiences during the last 4 or 5 decades. It goes deeply into the most significant issues that exist in politics, economics, war, and other significant issues of our country, Afghanistan and Iraq. It talks about the election and the deep relationship that existed between different jihadists and political leaders of our country. And so many issues were amazing. One of the most significant issue was the Mr. Karzai presidential election. Before Karzai became the head of interim government of Kabul, several leaders gathered together in Bonn conference. In this conference, the majority of people accepted him as the person that all the Afghan people and neighboring countries will agree on his presidency. And the shocking point was the Dr. Abdullah's message that he sent to one of United States general that they should consider President Mr. Karzai as the president of Afghanistan, because he is the only leader that all the people and major leaders can trust him, and he can run this country very successfully. The other significant issue was about the disagreements and the conflicts that has recently created between President Karzai and United States. Khalil said the roots of these two conflicts go to two reasons. One reason it was the issue of Pakistan, and the second reason was the United States position that the United States government decided not to support President Karzai on the second election. After that time, President Karzai tried to take revenge from the United States, and he said, we are going to ask them to leave our country, we are going to leave alone. And he said, Khalil said, I asked them, in this condition, how are you going to run such a country that is totally devastated by war? It doesn't have economy, construction, and it is suffering greatly. But he said, we will give ourselves to Almighty God, and we will have good condition. And the other thing that he talked about, the Dostum position. At the first years of United States intervention into Afghanistan, the United States want to build some headquarters in Shabarhan. That Dostum said, we are not going to allow foreign people to enter this piece of land. And he said, I called him that if you attack the United States troop, then you're going to pass a red line or something that it has no return to. And the son said, we are going to attack them, but we sent an airplane, a fighter, that it exploded, a bomb that did not create damage, to show or to send him a signal that we are serious on this issue. And all the issues that have been discussed in this book talks mostly about the peace, about the war and difficulties that our countrymen have suffered through centuries. And also talks about the intervention of United States to Afghanistan and Iraq. Khalil says the purpose that we went to Afghanistan, and we many times told this purpose to the President of Afghanistan and our leaders, that we go there because of finding the people who attacked the United States on 11 September, and we are going to take revenge of all the thousands of people who
Thank you. If
died
you say the topic or focus of this, if you number you.
The key points that existed in this book, one was the issue of Afghanistan's election during different parts. The second thing, it was focused about the roots of tribalism and the government's position that have been created in the Bonn conference, that they said we are going to give certain positions to the people who are from Pashtun tribe, certain positions for the people who are from Tajik, from Hazara. They actually divided the positions, the authorities among the different tribes, and this is that still our country is suffering when people are going to become ministers or they are going to take some positions in the government. The positions are divided between the people based on race and tribe. They don't consider the authenticity or the eligibility of the candidate for the position. The other issue was the reason that the United States came to Afghanistan. He said that President Bush told me many times, we don't go to that country to build that country. We go there to take revenge of the people who have killed our citizens.
Other key.
The other
Just say the name of.
the other key was about the culture and customs of Afghan people. And one thing was clear about the citizenship of Khalizad, which now is a citizen of United States. He was an Afghan born, but he lives in the United States and he is a citizen.
The other.
He was very, the other thing was that he was a very trusted person. And one thing that pointed in here, all the leaders of Afghanistan were proxies, or the people who were given the positions by foreign people. They were closely following the directions of the foreign people, and this was the other important issues that we discussed in the book.